My friends and I are organizing courses on the traditional Mayan writing system for native speakers. These literacy courses will be based in community centers and start around September. One challenge every student learning the writing system faces is memorizing a couple hundred glyphs. It is not easy. To help them, I've added a couple games to the Ancient Maya app. This first game introduces the student to the traditional glyphs. The game is very simple. You just have to click on the matching option. The game is simple, but in a few minutes the student will see hundreds of glyphs and start to develop a feel for the building blocks of the writing system. Eventually they will master the game and they are ready to move on to hard mode. Now all the glyphs to pick from are very similar to the target glyph. The student will have to learn to look closely and appreciate small differences. Eventually, the student will master this as well, and then they are ready for expert mode. Now students must learn to identify the glyph within a glyph block. Eventually, the student will master this game as well. And once they've mastered affix and main glyphs at the expert level, they are ready for the next game. The next game is the read game. It helps the student memorize over 100 phonetic glyphs. These glyphs are divided into separate lessons with 5 new glyphs in each lesson. Here we are asked which glyph makes the sound ya. Now, not having seen this glyph before, a student won't know. So they can hit the show button. And now they can study this glyph and the sound it makes and try to commit that to memory. The first couple glyphs, when you're a new student, are all new. And so you just keep pressing the show glyph. But soon, familiar glyphs start to appear and you can answer correctly. And you just keep answering correctly. As you start to learn the glyphs, the game flips. And now you must go from an image to the sound it makes. The student must master both going from glyph to sound as well as sound to glyph. The lesson ends after you have learned all 5 of the new glyphs in the lesson. For the earliest lessons, that could take 10 to 15 minutes. The game tracks how well you know each of the 100 glyphs across the 20 lessons. The game also supports several students on each phone. To keep this video short, let's switch to a different student who has completed several lessons. Now I am switching to Zazzle, and I will go back to the Read Glyphs game. Now we see the Read game isn't limited to individual glyphs. Since the current student knows a lot of glyphs, it will sometimes quiz the student using a glyph block. And so here I have a 2-element glyph block with the main glyph for BI and the affix glyph for LE. And so I must find that match. And we do it again, always with 2-element glyph blocks. So far, we have TO and NA. That is here. You also get quizzed for individual glyphs as well. I think the glyph blocks make the game incredibly fun. I really have to stop and think, and it feels like I am actually reading something. I want to show one last thing. The My Progress page has lots of information about the students on this phone. It also has a Review All button that displays a great list of all the glyphs from all the lessons. Each row shows the 5 glyphs in that lesson. And mastered glyphs are displayed with the green border. And that's the demo. The free Ancient Maya app is available in the app stores. The glyph blocks used in the Match and Read games are randomly generated and are mostly nonsense words. In a future release, the Read game will get the remaining phonetic glyphs. Currently, it has about half of them. The app runs entirely on the phone. Once downloaded, you do not need the internet to play the games or add students. Thanks to my friends working on the literacy course for speakers of modern Mayan languages, especially Deb Matina, Don Crisanto Camul, Don Alfredo Kamal, Benjamin Gonzalez, and Zach Lindsay. I am eternally grateful. Please reach out to us if you are interested in attending or organizing a literacy course for native Mayan speakers. Thank you.